I'm Joe Fostock with Xpodigital. After 25 years in business, Xpodigital is the leading operator for all hotels and convention centers when it comes to event signage, digital signage, LED walls, and event internet. So my piece of the business, I get to, and I say my piece of the business, I am not a founder, I'm not an owner, anything like that, but I do have that ownership, and my leaders give me that to really lead my department. So I get to lead all of the event internet and network services on a temporary basis. We go in, build a temporary infrastructure for conferences, festivals, events, anything like that that needs wireless or wired connections, and then we break it down and move on. Where my journey is now, you would never know where I started because it was not the natural progression. So I started back in hospitality about 25 years ago and was in food and beverage, elevated services with restaurants. So a lot of steakhouses, you may have heard of them, Ocean Prime, Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse. And I really grew up in the ranks in the hospitality world. So I got to know attention to detail and anticipating needs and thinking ahead and problem solving, duck on water, all of those things that are so important to what I do now. But it really gave me a great foundation based on the hospitality behind it. So I turned into sales probably 15 years ago. Never looked back because who doesn't love a Monday through Friday? Which we all know that's not real in the events world now. But back in the day, Monday through Friday, being able to do that. And then around 2020, we all know that there was a little bit of a shift. And so during that time, there weren't really a lot of conferences coming into the restaurant, and that was my job, was to do that, and my livelihood depended on that. And so I made the natural change from Wagyu and wine to wireless. Absolutely not. No, I wish that I could have this amazing degree to back up where I've come from, and I did a full pivot before pivoting was cool. I went to school for sport management with a minor in broadcast, so I wanted to interview Shaq and realized pretty early on that I would never be in the same frame as him. So I think that those interviews probably wouldn't come out as great as I would hope they would. And again, was in the hospitality and restaurant business and really fell in love with just the people and the culture and the hustle that was behind it and continued on that path even after college. And so, yeah, no, I don't have a degree in it, but I feel like I could teach a class in what I do at this point. When it comes to challenges, and this is a little bit, on the vulnerable side, I would say, but being a 4'11", 5 foot on a good day, a little female and young in the restaurant business and trying to really grow in that, I got a lot of opportunities very early because I was able to relate to my employees and associates, relate to the guests, and again, just that community thing. But I didn't get the respect that came along with it a lot of times. So I would go to a table and talk to a guest, and they'd say something along the lines of, "Oh, well, can you go get your dad to come back and actually fix our problem?" So I will say that the challenge for me has been one, not having the confidence that I needed to put myself into rooms that I wanted to be in, but also having a lack of leadership to give me those opportunities. And I feel like that's really scoped the way that I try to lead my team, and try to give my team more opportunity than I ever had, just because if I would have had that, it would have been easier and I might not have learned it as quickly, but I also may have been doing even more things now. So I always want to take what I've gone through and kind of help other people if I can. This past year has been extremely humbling. I am serving as vice chair on the Experience Kissimmee Partnership Committee. I'm on the alumni membership committee for Visit Orlando. But I was also named at the end of 2024 for a Catalyst winner for Smart Meetings. And then to start out 2025, Smart Meetings Women in Events, and also a Woman to Watch. And I don't know how this happened. I don't know, where the ballots are and if they need to be recounted. But I took all of that and just um, sat with it for quite some time, because most people would just say, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm so honored." But for me, there's so much responsibility that comes with that too. It's one thing to be named those things, but what do you do with them at that point? So definitely an accomplishment. I'm very, very proud of them, but I also want to give back and teach others and show them and open doors and do whatever I can to make sure that I'm not the last person, last woman in technology for my company that can do those things. I think it's really important just to continue to push from that. For me, the top three things I'm looking at going into any event and any relationship really: open communication, having transparent communication with people. It's saving a lot of time if you could just say what you mean, and words matter. One of my colleagues, John Gillette, he speaks on words matter and the intention behind them, and I feel like that is a pivotal piece of any working relationship at any event to make it successful. Attention to detail, again, from my past in hospitality, I feel like attention to detail is a huge one that not everyone sees. They have check boxes that they try to accomplish, but anticipating the needs and those attention to detail opportunities are where you can really pull yourself separately and shine. And then for me, efficiency is super important. I know that younger generations are looking for work life balance and all of the things. And I feel like efficiencies and intention are the way to accomplish that. And any events being efficient, you're going to open yourself up for more conversations, more collaboration. If you're stuck behind the computer all day and you can't get a task done, then you don't have any time to do anything else. And collaboration is so important. I would say submit the application, ask for the promotion, take the leap, join the board, do the committee, whatever you can do before you're ready. You're never going to be ready for anything. And if you are, then that opportunity has already passed you and you've outgrown it. So for me, I would say take the leap and do it before you're ready because that time is never going to come.